Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're not familiar with who I am, my name is Nthabi and welcome to it. To the place where we have fun and do fun things. Anyway, so today is another episode of me reviewing The Wife telenovela on Showmax. Listen, if you still haven't watched it, please do yourself a favor and just watch it. Like, you're not gonna lose anything. It's a great show. It's a great telenovela with an amazing cast. So please do yourself a favor. And obviously, because it's proudly South African, come on, show out. Anyway, so today I'm gonna be reviewing episode 4 to 6, and if that's something that interests you, please keep on watching. Okay guys, so today I decided to have crypt notes because I just didn't want to get carried away and miss important details. So you know what, let's get into it. Also, disclaimer, I'm going to do this with every episode because I don't want issues. Guys, the series is inspired by the books. It's not based on the books. They have taken characters and prominent events out of the book and then expanded on them in the series and made some, twists and whatever in the story just to make it different, I guess. So don't go into it expecting it to be the book exactly. Yes, have the book in the back of your mind to just reference here and there, but it's not going to be entirely like the book. So don't go in it thinking you're gonna basically see the book come to life. Yes, in fact, it is like seeing the book come to life, but in a different way. So be open-minded about it when you watch it. That's the only disclaimer I'm going to give. Anyway, let's get into it. So in the last moment of episode 3, that's just a recap. In the last moments of episode 3, we all witness Hlomu's soul levitate because of that kiss that Mkhele, gave her. It was like the kiss of life, not even the kiss of death, but rather the kiss of life. But we could say it's the kiss of death considering what she's getting herself into. But she's not gonna die, so it's not the kiss of death. But you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean. So we saw her basically exit. We saw her spirit exit with Mkhele as he left the apartment after coming in, and kissing her the way he did with Sandile in the apartment, right? So it's a continuation of the same night in episode 4. And some of the points that I just really want to touch on are that it's too late for Sandile. I'm sorry. It's too late. You were not present. You left the gap wide open. Like, here we can't blame it on Mkhele, even though he wouldn't care. Listen, that man is focused. He gets what he wants, and we have seen that, right? So, but I want to say that it is also partially Sandile's fault in as much as it is Hlomu's fault, because she also left herself wide open, right? But Sandile was aloof. Like I said, he's just DDD. He was aloof to what was happening. I mean, come on, guys. If you are in your relationship, you know when there's a sudden change, a slight, misstep, a slight something. You can see your partner, especially like we found out in one of the episodes that they've been together for like 7 years. You know that person like the back of your hand, so you know when something's changed, right? So for him to not even be cognizant of that tells me how absent he was in that relationship and how he left the gap basically wide open for Mkhele to just waltz in, right? So we can't blame Mkhele just for being Mkhele, but Sandile also bears the brunt of this because he wasn't present in his relationship, and that's why and that's why the Stena was successful, right? And I'm saying that because, like, even in episode 4, like, he's trying to be romantic. Yeah, I get it, but it's too late. you know, with the sushi and the wines and the cuddles and the lotus flower bomb situation. Okay, no, that was in episode 3, but that killed me too much. But like, he's trying to make an effort, but you can see that it doesn't come from a place of I want to make an effort because I realize that I've not been present and I really want to be with you. But it's more so of a, listen dude, you've been nagging me and let's just do this, right? And which is why I don't blame Shomu for dipping, like emotionally dipping out, like, and being like, it's too late, bruh, like there's really nothing you can do to salvage this, and I'm not gonna care, I'm not gonna bother that I'm hurting your feelings or whatever, because you can see that like his efforts are not even coming from a good, I want to say a good place, but it's not really a good place. But you can see that his efforts are not coming from a place of, you know what, I see my wrongs and I want to right my wrongs, but it's rather like, you've been nagging, so let me just do something to just make you happy. And unfortunately, like, it doesn't work. It really doesn't. But to be honest, it wouldn't work on me either. But you know what I mean? When she's gone emotionally, please just have it in your mind that she's gone for good. She's just waiting for the right time to leave physically. That's it. Anyway, another thing is that also Sandile's fit over the fact that she's full. Like, are you a child? No, honestly, are you a child? Why are you throwing a fit over the fact that your fiance said she's full, knowing good and well when the sun was set? Let me say she got into the house around 7 or 8. What are the chances that she's gonna come home hungry? And then you're gonna throw a fit. Sharp, she was lying at the fact that like she wasn't with Larato. But I mean, the chances were there that she wasn't gonna come home hungry. And then you're gonna throw a fit over the fact that she's not hungry. You see why this guy gets the did anyway? Like, that just pissed me off, because I was just like, you're not even making situations better for yourself. Like, you're done. Anyway, so another cool or rather important point that I want to point out. Okay, I see what I did there. Whatever, let's move on. The scene in the hospital, right? So what happened was Akere Shomu got mugged during the service delivery protests, yada yada whatever, landed in the hospital that Sandile works at. Came when he saw, you know, she was there, you know, getting stitches or whatever that was happening, or bandaged, and it's like, oh my gosh, baby, you know, I'm so sorry, are you okay? Like, actual concern, right? And then she's like, yeah, you know, I'm just tired, please take me home. I get it. I'm not gonna, like, Shomu was already over this guy, guys. Let's just make peace with that. So no matter what he was gonna say, even if he was justified, it was not gonna land, right? And we see that when she says like, just take me home, and he's like, I'm on call, which I understand. Like, he's at work, bro, and with the line of work that he is in, there's really not much room for flexibility. So I get that, right? And he's like, no, you know, I'm on call, my shift ends in 6 hours, but let me call you a cab, right? And then he gets beeped, and then on some, I'll see you at home, bye, love you, kiss on the cheek. she was not hearing it. She was over it. Cool, whatever beans. Hey. And then she goes to the reception to find a mother. All the Zulu brothers, they're basically trying to find out and figure out where Shomu is, busy heckling the security and whatever. And then she comes out on some, who are these people? That is, in fact, that is her first introduction to the rest of like her brothers in the series. That's how she like basically meets the brothers in the series, right? And she's on some, you know, hey, what's she doing here? how did you find me? And he just goes into a marshmallow. Hardcore taxi driver becomes a marshmallow. It must be the most, I don't know, guys, like that was something else. Hey, that was really something else. Okay, which brings me to my next point. Ndim oro ku acrimony, because asambe sithando samse ekhaya in a yellow quantum was more appealing than I'll get you a cab. Yeah, I know I'm the wrong one in acrimony because I was hlomu in that moment, and I was like, yes, this makes sense. I'm gonna go home with you and all of your brothers in that yellow quantum because of that allure, that mystery, that adventure, that sense of adventure. Yo, I saw as mañana recatagir to the snacks. Ah, guys, no way. I just wanted to get that off my chest because I didn't want to come here and lie to you guys. So ndim oronko acrimony, guys. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Also, I wanted to touch on, like, I think it was the last episode, episode 6, guys. I honestly speaking, I didn't like the way that opening scene was written. I didn't like it. And by opening scene, I mean when Hlomu loses her virginity. I didn't like how it was written. Like that whole monologue, we could have done away with that. Her part, not like Mkele, like basically expressing his feelings. I loved that. Like where we get to see another side of him, like a softer side of him. I really enjoyed that. Like especially when he was like, I don't know, it's just a feeling, and you can see the sincerity when he says that. You can hear the sincerity in what he's even saying, because he's just like, it's like love is more than, like, I can't even describe it, I can't even contain it, because I feel like even the word love is not even, it doesn't even come close to how I feel about you. And like on some, I feel like I was made for you, man. Like I feel like I was made to love you, protect you, provide for you, if he did say that. But basically I was made for you, you know. And you could see like shucks, love at first sight, that is it, you know. But then her on some but like basically I wanted to be you, Zulu. I want to lose. Guys, couldn't have we done something else, like, or not have her say anything but consent in action? Because I guess also that's a part of consent that I'm also looking at it from the perspective of, is that also considering the night before she spent the night at Mkele's, like he tried to get something going and she was just like, oof, let's stop right there, my guy, and basically had to come clean on some, dude, I've never done it before, I am a virgin. And obviously I've read the book, but I'm also, based on the character that Mkele is, I was also surprised at how he handled that situation and how sensitive he was to that situation on some, okay, then I'm not gonna take advantage of you because genuinely I love you, so I'm gonna be patient, right? I'm not gonna put that kind of pressure on you, so come, let's cuddle. And then like that whole thing of, oh, I've been waiting for you, Mkele, you are the one that I've been waiting for, and I'm just like, girl, shut up. But anyway, so I guess that it plays into consent, like her having that dialogue and basically telling him, actually Mkele, I wanted to be you, I want you to be my first, and I think generally my last, my first and only, let's put it that way. I wanted to be you. I want you to be my first and only. So I get the consent. So that's why I'm like, I'm two sides about it. I still don't like how it was written, but I get it. I really genuinely get it. And woo, was that steamy or what? I genuinely didn't think as a telenovela in South Africa we could get to that point. I didn't think so, but it was written beautifully. But also what made me like laugh was the fact that whole scene happened before the title sequence, guys. Like, so let's sort of bang, blippity, bang. We're doing this and we're doing it now. And we're not gonna wait for the meat of the episode, because this is the meat of the episode and it's right at the beginning. So I was just like, okay, this is interesting. But I get it obviously because of how it plays out. It's a continuous, I get it, those are really like how telenovelas go. It's continuous. It's like, you know, it doesn't jump through time too much, but like, because I don't know, maybe it's the sake of continuity or something, but like it's basically, so like we know what, like episode 4 was the night before, episode 5 episode 4 night before, then episode 5 is the next day, then episode 6 is literally the next day. So there's like that sense of continuity that happens, which I absolutely enjoy, because it's not then too far removed. Like, it doesn't skip too many events that take place, unless they're like mundane events that take place. So I really enjoyed that about it. But also, wow, at the beginning of the episode, guys, yeah. So also another thing, and this is the last thing actually that I wanted to talk about, is in episode 6 as well. So a lot of the stuff happened in between, like B story situations that I'm not interested in going into, because now we are just on Shomu and Mkhele and basically their romance starting out and blossoming, right? Mkhele scared me in that phone call. He's a scary, intense guy, guys. Like, let's just not even lie about it. Let's not kid ourselves. He's intense. Yes, the allure of it is attractive, like it pulls you in, but he's scary. He's a scary dude. I don't want to hear nothing about it, whatever. So I think towards the end of the episode, or towards the middle of the episode, he calls Shlomo basically to check on her, like on some, you know, and also, you know, hey baby girl, how you doing? I've been thinking about you. So anyway, so he calls her, like basically to say, how are you feeling after Inkonzo? Yeah, this morning. And she's like, I feel like I belong. Like, hi girl, so soon. Okay. I guess. But I was really like shocked by her response. Like, I feel like I belong. They just asked you how you feel. Like, I think he was actually just saying like, how do you feel physically? But girl is in love, so we're gonna pass right through that. And then basically then she tells her, no, actually I broke up with Sandile, but I think he's not getting it, and I think he needs space to just process the breakup and whatever. According to who? On whose timeline? Not on Kaila's timeline. You're gonna process it today. So and then he's like, on time, you know, men should learn to listen to women when it comes to issues of love. And I'm like, mom, when they turned you down how many times, but you still got your way. Anyway, then I think the part that scared me the most, that gave me chills, and maybe it's because also of the soundtrack. You know, the soundtrack it sets you up for the kind of mood and feeling that this that a particular scene or whatever should invoke in you. And he's like, wait, before you go, you know, I just wanted to tell you that things are gonna change. Things have changed today. You're now mine, Nkosazana, or we saying Ntokazi, something like that. Like, basically you're now mine, and you're mine alone until the end of time. I don't know, man. That is where I basically, that's where I think you are not necessarily introduced, but where you actually see the potential and how dangerous Nkele is. And because girl is deep in love, that red flag is a serious pink. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a red flag. Okay, this sounds like someone who's possessive. Okay. But it's a serious pink flag, and she is happily in love with her taxi driver. You know what I mean? But anyway, so that, I think, was the point where I was just like, this doesn't feel right. But because I've already read the book, I know what happens. But it just didn't. Hey, it didn't sit right with me. But yeah, also I forgot that like other stuff happened after that, which I'm going to touch on now. Like the fact that Mkele is a, like, I don't want to say a G, man, because that doesn't encapsulate just how he gives 0 F's. Like, this guy, he went to the apartment with all his brothers to basically help Sandile move out, because Akiri, he's not getting that Ukel has moved on and like it's over between the two of us. Guys, like, okay, you're not gonna listen to my woman, then I'm gonna take care of it. And basically they rough him up a little bit, and then he's gone. And by the time Shum comes back, she finds him in the lounge. It's like, whoa, Kyle, like, what to do, homeboy? What are you doing here? And where is Sandile? And I think that's where he's on some, no, but babes, I told you, we're starting our lives together. Girl, oh, deep in love, guys. She was on some, oh, Sandile didn't stand a chance. Now I'm out here happy with my man. She's gone. She's gone. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. I deleted number. I'm a block. Who fedile? But like, I really enjoyed this week's episodes. But as a closing remark, I'm not excited for what's gonna happen next week, because I just realized that Wanawatu Oshapua, and I'm not ready to see that yet. But I'm gonna watch, and I'm gonna tell you my feelings about it in the next installment. But yeah, it's closer than we think, guys. It's next week. Bonko did say that we're gonna hate him next week, or rather this week, depending on when this video comes out. But he did say like we're not gonna be happy with him. So I guess so, guys. It's about to go downhill before it goes uphill again. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also, don't worry about the shower cap. I'm deep conditioning. That's what it is, baby. It was a wash day today, and I figured during the deep conditioning phase I should get this video out, so that I'm not delaying over non-inconsequential things. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, otherwise, check you guys on the flip side.